Henry Carter, an African-American man in his early 30s, was known as a master manipulator. Tall, dark, and undeniably handsome, Henry was the type of man who could turn heads wherever he went. His charm and confidence were his most powerful weapons, and he used them to perfection. However, Henry had a secret. He wasn't the wealthy man he pretended to be. Far from being rich, Henry lived a modest life, but had perfected the art of deceit. He crafted an image of luxury through social media, rented fancy cars, and wore expensive-looking clothes to convince women that he was a man of wealth and status. One day, Henry's path crossed with the Monroe sisters, a group of 5 stunning, ambitious African-American women who had been raised with one guiding principle: marry rich. Their parents had instilled in them the importance of securing financial stability through marriage, and as a result, each sister was determined to find a man who could provide a life of luxury. Alicia, the eldest at 28, was a successful real estate agent with a taste for high-end fashion. Brianna, 26, ran her own interior design firm and loved flaunting designer handbags and shoes. Chloe, 24, was a model who graced the covers of fashion magazines and believed her beauty deserved a man with deep pockets. Danielle, 22, had just graduated from college and was already looking for a wealthy man to support her dreams of entrepreneurship. Eva, the youngest at 20, was a college student who fantasized about a luxurious life with a rich partner. Though they were close as sisters, they each lived their lives with the same goal in mind: find a rich man and secure their future. When Henry met Alicia at an upscale rooftop party, his game plan kicked into full gear. He wowed her with stories of his business empire and his multiple investments, causing her to fall for him quickly. But Alicia wasn't the only Monroe sister Henry charmed. Within a month, he had crossed paths with each of the other sisters, using the same lies about his wealth and status to win them over. Unbeknownst to the sisters, they were all dating the same man, Henry. He had become an expert at juggling his relationships, making sure to meet them separately and spinning elaborate lies to keep his secrets safe. Each sister thought she had found her dream man, and each was blinded by their love for money and status. The Monroe sisters often talked about their boyfriends, but never revealed names, only describing them in vague terms. Alicia would boast about how her boyfriend was always taking her to fancy restaurants. Brianna bragged about the luxurious gifts she received. Chloe loved to mention the expensive trips she and her man had planned. Danielle was thrilled that her boyfriend was investing in her business idea, while Eva fantasized about the glamorous life she would lead with her wealthy beau. But the cracks in Henry's carefully constructed lie began to show when the sisters, all in their individual relationships with him, started noticing changes. Alicia became suspicious when Henry canceled several expensive dinners, claiming he was out of town on business. Brianna questioned why he always avoided certain events, while Chloe noticed his evasiveness about future plans. The sisters had no idea they were all in relationships with the same man, but Henry's lies were slowly unraveling. The tipping point came when all 5 sisters, within weeks of each other, discovered they were pregnant. Shocked and overjoyed, they shared their news with one another, not knowing the full truth yet. The excitement of bringing new lives into the world was short-lived when they began to piece together strange coincidences about their boyfriends, similar mannerisms, the same business trips, and oddly familiar excuses. Slowly, the horrifying realization dawned on them. They were all talking about the same man, Henry. Furious and devastated, the sisters confronted Henry together, each one arriving at his apartment without warning. Henry, realizing he had been caught, tried to maintain his calm demeanor, but the pressure was too much. As the sisters exposed his lies, he stammered, trying to explain himself. "It's not what you think. I love all of you," he stuttered, his confidence shattered. "Love," Alicia spat. "You used us. You played us all, Henry. This was never about love. It was all about your ego." "You're broke, aren't you?" Brianna sneered. "You don't have a penny to your name, do you?" Henry, defeated, finally admitted the truth. He was never rich. He had been living a lie, using rented cars and borrowed clothes to create an illusion of wealth. He thought he could get away with it, but now the consequences were staring him in the face. 5 pregnant women, all betrayed by his selfishness. For the Monroe sisters, this moment was a painful wake-up call. Their obsession with finding a rich man had blinded them to the true character of the person they were with. They had fallen in love with the idea of wealth and status, not realizing that they were all being deceived by the same man. The sisters realized that their parents' teachings had set them on a dangerous path, one where money overshadowed love and trust. As for Henry, he was left to deal with the aftermath of his actions. The 5 sisters, determined to raise their children without him, walked away, leaving Henry alone with the mess he had created. For the first time in his life, Henry understood the gravity of his deceit. He had played his games for too long, and now he had to face the consequences. 5 children, 5 broken hearts, and no future. The Monroe sisters learned that true love couldn't be measured by wealth or material possessions. They realized that character, honesty, and integrity were far more valuable than any riches a man could offer. In the end, they vowed never to let their obsession with money cloud their judgment again. They had been played by the player, but the real lesson was that they had also been playing themselves.